Good evening, team. Coach Matt Drinkon here with Pro Advisor Coach, going through a day in the life of business coach documented. Today on a regular Tuesday on March 26, 2019. Today we had scheduled 6 coaching calls. We ended up doing 5 calls for the day. It was a quite unique day in that we ended up we had a big team call this morning where we had a coaching discussion, a case study. When our coaching organization gets together for a team call, we share our updates, we share our celebrations, we share what we're working on, we share our accountability and ownership of what we committed to the last call. We go through our commitments, meaning one thing or 2 things that we're working hard on to uplift or improve our business or ourselves. And then we ask for help, any way that we can leverage each other as we work on our own skills in our coaching program. So we do that to start, and then I went through from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaching calls. So total of 6 calls for the day, 5 coaching calls. The coaching calls were unique because I started off with one call at 1 o'clock, and that call got moved to tomorrow at 2. I had a big opportunity call, a prospecting call at 10:30. And they ended up moving to 4. So a couple things moved around a little bit. It's okay, you gotta be able to pivot, because remember, we're working with mostly entrepreneurs, team leaders, managers, directors, VPs, owners. These people, they typically have schedules which are not as concrete and set in stone as we have the flexibility to do. So we move around. We're very nimble when we need be. At any given week, I studied this at one point in my business. I haven't looked at it recently, but at any given week, what you'll find is that in a typical coach's schedule, well, we want to get things in a routine, but I call it 100% scheduled and 100% flexible because it can change. So in a regular scheduled week, I may have as many as 30% of my calls move to a different time. I may have 10% end up not having a call for the week. So there is some flexibility, some changes and shifts that happen. Today's calls were fantastic. We went deep into the MindScan, which is our thinking assessment tool. Some Nobel Prize nominated research done by Dr. Robert S. Hartman led us to this MindScan assessment. And I did it today with 3 different people in 2 different organizations. And it was great to talk about it. It was great to give clarity and insight into the way that people think, into their behavior patterns, into where their biases are, whether high or low, in the different dimensions of thinking. So those calls went very well today when I went through that. Overall, pretty positive, successful day. So I'm going to wrap things up now, and I'm going to share with you something. As you notice, my new shirt I'm wearing, it says Reap the Harvest. And the reason I wear this shirt, and it really resonated with me well, is because that's what coaching is about. It's about helping our clients to reap the harvest. And in order to reap the harvest, let's back a second and ask ourselves, what must we do to reap a good harvest? Anybody? Anybody? Well, what we must do is we must water the soil consistently. If you're on a farm, we must pull the weeds. We must, from time to time, take all of our tools into the shed and sharpen and upgrade the tools. We must be out there consistently tilling the soil, consistently planting seeds, consistently tending to it and keeping any kind of insects or any migrating animals away. There are things we must do to reap the harvest at the end of the season. To do that successfully, we've got to keep our eyes on everything that's going on the way to the harvest reaping. What we sow, we shall reap. So when we cut corners, and when coaches cut corners, when the clients, the players in the game, when they cut corners, the harvest is always different than we expect. Yet when we have a very consistent place that we can go, a consistent tilling of the soil 3 times a week, watering the farm 2 times a week, whatever that consistency is in sowing on the farm, we shall reap the benefits and reap the harvest. So team, I want you to think about that. I want you to make it a fantastic day, a fantastic life. Let's live it legendary together. Make it a great day.